Yep.
Thank you for all being here. 5:04. We'll bring this Hermosa Town Board Tuesday, February 21st, 2023 to order. The regular meeting starting. We will go into the claims here in a bit in the consent calendar, but a roll call. Hendrickson isn't here yet. Whole Source here. Kramer.
Here.
Schumacher.
Here.
Appreciate all the attendance of all the people in the audience tonight. And please all stand for our Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
thank you all. With that being said, as far as calling for any changes, I just want it to be known at 6 o'clock. We will go into executive session for legal purposes. We will run the agenda up to that part.
May I speak?
Yes, ma'am.
Vicki just texted me and said that she is homesick. Sorry.
Thank you for that information. So with that being said, we'll get through as much of the agenda as we can. Go into executive session. Mitch actually had court today, so he isn't able to be here till 6. So we said that will work good, and we'll continue to start our meeting so it doesn't run so late for Monica and the rest of us, so we'll appreciate that. I think other than that, we can make sure that's noted on agenda that we will, under legal, go into executive session for legal purposes at 6 o'clock. So I need a motion to accept the agenda as amended.
I will make that motion.
Kramer makes that motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Schumacher. Any further discussion? There being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you, Board. Item 3 is the consent calendar. A is approval of the February 7th, 2023 regular meeting minutes. If you're okay with them, a motion to approve, please.
I'll make that motion.
Kramer makes the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
By Schumacher. Any more discussion? Being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item B is approval of the February 13th, 2023 special meeting minutes. Motion to approve, please.
I'll make that motion.
Schumacher makes the motion, second by Kramer. Further, no discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. Item 4 is conflict of interest declaration. Any conflict of interest declarations on this agenda by any board member?
None that I know of at this time.
Thank you. Item 5 is claims, review of the payroll and claims. That's the updated.
Well, it just didn't print totals for some reason in the packet.
One more?
It just the difference that it shows.
Oh, okay.
totals.
There you go.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Do you have this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any questions from any board members on that? If not, motion to approve.
I'll make the motion to approve the claims.
Have a motion by Schumacher, second.
Yes.
Second by Kramer. Further discussion? There being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried, thank you. Law enforcement, as you can see, you have the log in there tonight. And the other
We don't
thing,
have a cop here tonight, huh?
Nope.
Okay.
but I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, Board, did the meeting when Mr. Hartshorn was here, did he state that they're there every day
As I
and
recall,
log in?
He said he sees them up there.
every morning they're paid, somebody's paid or whatever by the school is the way I took that. And, or,
We'll have to get clarification.
yeah, we do need to get clarification on that. But he did make it sound as though someone was there all the time. I don't know.
Every morning.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why I guess I'm just
There you
probably,
go, you got
next
one.
commissioner meeting I'll ask, because there's 16 school patrols out of their month of recordings, and that's why if there's something we're missing, you know, I appreciate where they're at, what they're doing, but yes, sir.
I and Jill started writing it down when we do see them up there. I don't know what she did with it, but we just started doing that, and we figured anybody who does see them, we could put it on that, and that way we've got a record here of what we, when we see them.
And when did you start that?
A couple weeks
A
ago.
couple weeks ago? Okay. We'll have to ask Jill to, Monica, could you ask Jill to have that for us at the meetings each time, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
We're not staying on top of it real good right now, but
Well, any information is good information.
Yeah.
So, that being said, have any of the citizens seen law enforcement around at any particular time that they
I
can?
see them all the time.
Every
Whether
day?
they're in the church every day. Whether they're driving the streets, whether they're parked in the church parking lot, watching the school crossings. I see
We
them
would
every
also
day.
love it if you would write down and keep a log of it, please. That way we know where our $89,000 is going, you know? And if we can get the citizens to help us, we can't be everywhere at all times. So anytime anybody that comes to the meeting sees them, we'd appreciate knowing it, the day, the time, and the place. Yes?
Versus their log?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Anything else on abatements or the Custer County log? If not, I'll move on. Legal, of course, will be pending until we get back to 6 o'clock. And then I have questions for him after we do our legal. Item 8 is the engineer. WRT, I'm hoping we'll have an answer there very soon with all the testing of where we're at. Hermosa sidewalk project is, of course, pending, coming this spring when bids are let and final design. Lagoon project is awaiting DA&R, so we'll have hopefully good expectations on that when that is brought back. Water sewer facilities plans are, of course, pending the annexation by the girls on, did you guys have any?
Nope.
So we are really,
We need to talk to P&Z about that. Are you going to the P&Z
Yes,
meeting
I am
tomorrow night?
going tomorrow night.
I will
Are
meet
you
you,
too?
yeah, I'll be there too, and we'll go through that with P&Z. I had a question about, those that are volunteering. Part of the design on that was that if we got that project all okay, that the town would pay for the hookups, for
Correct.
them to hook up. So if we're asking for a volunteer basis, that's not gonna get their hookups, correct?
that was something I was gonna handle, I felt, in a discussion once we found out how many we have, because we have some on fairgrounds that wanna go along, that there is more to offer on a circumstance of that nature, and, you know, that'll be something creative in a work session as far as in amongst the members to talk about and see where their ideas and my ideas and board members' ideas all come from on that to have it. But we need to have a number so we know exactly what may be able to happen, because there is ideas and grants, loans that can be applied for when we go to
To do that?
federal side of it.
I understand that part of it, and that's all good, but going to the people and not knowing what you can offer them, you know, I mean, if we don't have a said written thing of what we can offer
Yeah,
them
that's true,
for
too.
theirs.
At present,
it's-
we do.
It's gonna be hard to for them to, or it would be for me, if I was that citizen, that person.
But at
I
present,
would
we
have a
do.
hard time.
That
Well-
offer is still on the table.
Yeah, because
We
it
have
comes
not
in
turned
with
it
the,
back.
comes in with the lagoon
With the lagoon
expansion we're
expansion?
doing.
So
And
that's
those people
why
are right down there.
everything is still there. If we get that 50% level, then that offer is still on the table, and that part of it is still in the ARPA money and the loan grant. The water sewer infrastructure is in the ARPA money loan grant. So we have that 50%, then that allows us to do that portion of the project. So that's why that offer is still good. If they choose not to, then of course, everything is off the table.
Off the table, yep. Until
And that's
we
understandable.
get it all, you know. I mean, it's not like it's off the table forever, it's just off the table for this
And
round.
the next level will be a
Right.
forced annexation. That's the unfortunate part,
Yep,
which is more time, more money,
more money, yep.
so.
Okay.
So yes, at present, though, everything is on the table.
Okay.
We have not turned any of that loan grant money back and won't until we have a final. And what the ladies have in results, you know as well as I, there's what, 18 of them that have not responded.
Have not responded, yeah.
Those are the 18 we gotta go talk to.
Yeah, well, we need, yeah.
So, yes, and until that makes the decision on DA and an R on that application too, in that application. And it also hinges on the WRT, because if we have, well, we need more funding for that, we can apply some of that for the WRT. Okay, item G, or, I'm sorry. Item E is the Black Hills Council, that's also pending the same scenario, to let Bill Lass know what's going on. Town of Hermosa Water and Sewer Extension Project is pending. Item G, Hermosa Hills Drainage is pending.
No, she's got her.
Yes, ma'am.
I did email Preston and he'll be in town March 6th or 7th. He can go do the walk.
Do a further review.
So I don't know what day would be better for you.
Well, it's Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday, we have a board meeting anyway.
So we might be able to do the 6th. Something about 1 o'clock.
Okay.
We'll try that.
Do I need to let Leah know?
Pardon?
Do I need to let Leah know? Does she
Oh,
need to be
yes.
there?
Oh, yes. And any other board members, and then post a quorum. So that way, if all members want to come. Then Terry gets off at 2,
2.
so maybe we'd make it at 3. So that way you can
Let's do
go
it
to
2:30.
or 2:30. So let's
2:30?
do 2:30, I'm sorry. 2:30 and then post a quorum, please.
Good.
Then we'll make, once we hear back from Preston that that'll work, then you can contact ACES, and then we can let everybody else know, and then we get close to that time, then we can post the quorum notice. Thank you. All right, Whitney Street drainage. We met with the school board and we did that report on that. We sent, in your packet, we have a letter that we put together for them. I wanted everybody to review that letter
It's the very last page.
to see what your feelings were of the letter. And if it sounds appropriate to you, I have already, Mr. Ferguson has read it, Joan Harris has read it, Monica, of course, prepared it. Very painfully, she got through my writing and made it all happen, so I appreciate her pain and agony.
I'm okay with that. I would like to make sure that the attorney reads it, just to clarify that it's okay with him.
Yep, and once he comes, then we'll remind him of that issue in his packet, if we will, please. Item I will also be discussed with the attorney. We had gave him direction to meet with ACES and present a letter for that purpose, so we'll have that. Item J is the facility plan for booster water meters, possibly add to USDA. That goes once again hand in hand with the annexation.
Yep.
And our final answers on that, so I can't express enough that importance that hopefully we can have that happen. Item K, of course, is pending on the same circumstance. And once we have that answer, then we can move forward. Anything from the board members on engineer? We'll move. Item 9 is P&Z. Item A is a review of the P&Z minutes from February 14th, 2023 meeting. Item B is the 2022-25 revised digging right-of-way sewer connection parcels. That is also pending. There's some other circumstances that were brought into the picture on that, so P&Z will revisit that.
Okay.
Item C is permit 2023-04 plat application parcel number 000202. And that was on that Boston track. And I believe Black Hills Electric also was involved in this, and this is a Negabauer, Stan and Martin Negabauer. And they had expressed that they were good with it also on that portion of it, didn't see any problems, and of course then this will go back to the Custer County Commissioners. The staff report there is also there on her recommendations based on application information. The permit complies with Town of Hermosa's requirements. Recommendation is to approve with the following stipulations. Custer County Register of Deeds must review and accept plat, legal description, and any other aspects of the plat document. A current legal description shall be verified by a licensed surveyor. 2 is if approved by the Hermosa Planning and Zoning Board. A Mylar copy shall be provided by the owner to the Board of Trustees for final review, approval, and signature. The owner is responsible for submitting the plat to Custer County, paying applicable taxes, and having the plat signed and recorded. And I don't believe, did we get a Mylar brought to us?
A what?
A Mylar.
I don't believe we
No,
did.
I don't think so.
So we'll have to ask them to please bring a Mylar in. We can still make a motion to approve only on condition that the Mylar is brought in so that it can be
And
signed by our side
all the engineers'
Yeah.
requirements.
for our
on that.
engineer staff.
It would look like
I would
this,
make that motion.
So,
but it'd be like a big piece of, okay. I'll
Yeah.
second that.
it'll be of this size,
Yeah.
but it'll be,
And it'll be a different
That's
kind
probably it.
of
you
material.
know.
No, that's not a Mylar.
And them are, they're
That's
to
just-
provide usually 10 copies to the board for our
Just-
ordinance.
Just, you know, the Mylar is different
And
material.
there'll only be one.
Yeah.
It's see-through.
Glossy
Like a
material,
glossy.
Okay.
permanent.
I'll ask Joe.
Yep. So the motion is to follow the engineer's staff report and that they bring the Mylar in for signatures and that the approval will go off that basis.
Yeah,
Do I have a second?
second.
Further discussion? If being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you, board. Item D is a real difficult one.
Can we
Brad
table this?
Westergaard's letter of intent for Hermosa Planning and Zoning Board C. I know there was background checks done and stuff, and everything has come back positive. So it could be approved.
That's amazing.
That's funny.
So where's the cookies?
Yeah, he will take the oath of office tomorrow at P&Z
Yeah.
meeting.
Yep,
Thank you, Brad,
Thanks,
for
Brad.
stepping up.
so a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Schumach makes the motion, do I have a second?
Sure.
Second by Kramer. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you taking that step up.
Yep.
I would like a motion to remove C and D.
Okay,
Kramer makes that. Schumach second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you, board. Public Works, committee report.
There was one thing I didn't think about bringing up until a little bit ago. We need to talk to somebody, either the county or the state. We don't know which truck it was, but they got up before me that first day of the snow removal, and they had blocked off both entrances into town. They were just going down 79, and we had 2 cars stuck in there. And also and then we've got somebody else who was trying to help plow snow, which is fine, but everybody keeps piling everything on the sidewalks.
Who else
That
is
was
plowing snow?
I seen, there was 2 other pickups running around for a while, and I don't even know who they were.
Well, you need to address them and let them know that they don't have the authority, number one, to be on the town streets. That is designated to the Public Works. And number 2, then if it is a continuation, you need to write up a report on it and bring it to the board to be acted on by the attorney to send a letter.
Okay, but talking to Chris, he said the 2 people's name, one with the state and one with the county, that when they do plow those and they're plowing 79, they need to go ahead and push it on off, not pile it up, leaving those 2 entrances blocked off.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
If I hadn't got there, if I'd have started at the office first, cars would have been piled up there. Anyway, and then the weeds at the lagoon are all burnt, cleaned off.
Oh,
I've still got some
awesome.
stems that need to be weed eated, but
Thank
everything's gonna
you.
burn off. The air pump, so for the aerator, is back. I have not had time to put it on yet, but it is in my pickup and I will get it sometime this week.
Good.
The lights and stuff, there's still one light, and I don't remember which one it was now. I had it on the other book.
One up from Pillam's place, I just noticed last night. It was on the very next one north of Pillam's on the west side of the road.
Okay, I will get that one marked tomorrow. But otherwise, I think the rest of them are done. I think. And I think that's it.
How is the lagoon?
Good.
The wind has helped a lot?
Well, it's pretty well solid froze.
It is
So,
still
yeah.
solid froze.
And when we were burning it, we went ahead and, every now and then, on the inlet pipe, we have to go down there with the backhoe and
Right.
stir it. So we did that too, got pictures of that.
Is Chuck here or not home yet?
Not yet, he was in Nevada today.
Okay.
From his doctor's appointment, he couldn't get home. So they just went ahead and went south. It's been 29 years since they have taken
A real
a
vacation.
real vacation.
Shame on them.
And I just said,
Yeah.
I got it, go, keep going, have fun. He calls me once a day at least. And checks and sees how things are going, and they seem to be enjoying their trip.
Well, next time you talk to him, say hello and
Mm-hmm.
good for them from us, would you?
I will.
Thank
And
you.
if it gets to be where he doesn't call you, but every other day or every 2 days, you know he's having way too much.
Well, he calls me first thing in the morning, so.
Before the fun. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so then the rest of C is still going to be in a work session with P&Z, the PACE municipal maintenance contract. is something that we need to
Sign,
also get signed
and get it done.
and sent back on that. What has to happen is we need Mr. Ferguson's comment on what he feels on areas that are gonna need to be done, as what we did last year, where we did majority of the whole town. If we're gonna do that focus again, then that needs to be put on that portion of the contract, so. You have a question?
Yeah, if we're discussing the paces, the neighbors to my west couldn't be here, but they're having some issues with their toilets flushing. And today I had sewer gas smelling around my house, so. The one meeting Chuck said there's a problem up the road there where he wants to hook those two lots on, so I wasn't sure if there's gonna be somebody looking into the problems that Pace found on Manning Street.
He's discussed that, and, I'm thinking that, you know, what he wants to do is check his service lines. If he's having problems, have Roto-Rooter come down and do his lines, because,
Well, the last time I did mine, and the snake went out 150 foot into the main and hit a plug just to the east of my house where
Yeah.
the big green X was at. The last time they marked it is exactly where that problem is, to the east. But I know there's another one to the west, so.
so it's a good thing for him to do the same. And if he does, then we know where the circumstances are.
I've not had any issues.
When we cambered that, there's 3 spots. One of them had some weeds coming through, and then there was 2 other places where there was a crack or a break. But otherwise, it didn't look, there was no huge root balls in there at the
No.
time.
And when they used the cutter on the video on that, even where the cracks and stuff were, everything was still in great form.
Right.
So I would let Ralph, I'm assuming, know that it would be a good thing to call Roto-Rooter, and that if it's a problem with the main on the town side, we'll reimburse. So, but he's better off not to wait and to
Right.
Right,
address the circumstance, definitely.
Okay.
Thank you for that information.
Yep.
Item E is Chuck's training expenses. We've already discussed that.
yeah.
Yes, we
That was in
paid
the claims?
300 and then he has 2 exams in March that were sent, the payments were sent to DNR.
Okay, very good.
Excellent, will keep us informed, and we'll go from there. The only thing we had also was that the Simpson meter over there with the water usage they had, you know, they wanted Ferguson to come over and check it out, but if he's not gonna be back for a bit, we'll just hold on to Bill until we get there then. Linda, did you go do another reading
I
on?
did, I've read it 3 times now, so.
And?
And that's Jill's department. I give her the reading, she figures out the usage. So I think, I read it one time within 24 hours, and I think she said there was 400 gallons at that time. And that, but less than 24 hours, that's a lot of water. It's not a huge, I mean, it's not like we're losing 1 million gallons of water or anything, but if we need to look at meters, go in the pit, is that the first step?
I
Right?
didn't know anything about any of it, or I'd have been there already, so.
Well, there's a reason for that. If someone was with Mr. Irvine, would it be all right at that point, or would you rather wait until Chuck
Well, I want
returns?
somebody in my house so that I know nothing's moving in my house, and you say, well, look, the meter's running. Because when I did it, the meter stopped.
I don't think legally we can come into your home.
No, you're not gonna do it.
It's, you want to be home, is what
Me
you're
and my
saying.
wife, yeah,
You or your wife.
right.
What time would work for you? What day, what time?
Well, I'm home after 5.
After 5.
Because the other circumstance would be that we change that meter out. You know, if you have no movement,
That meter was changed out 2 years ago, when I
Right.
had it supposedly.
but there's been problems with some heads too.
Mhm.
So it's not to say that there isn't, but if it's not moving inside,
Well, this has got that tattletale on it. If that's not moving, you're not moving water.
right,
All right?
Right, where's the meter? Is it in the pit or is
Yeah,
it in the
it's
house?
unfit.
So you shut it off after the meter or in the house? And you said that the tattletale stopped,
Shut what?
your water.
I shut everything off in the house, made sure the toilets aren't running, the washer's not going, the dishwasher's not going, nothing's on.
And did you,
Nothing's using water,
and did you look at the
yeah,
tattletale and it was moving?
no.
So it might be the outside reader then.
It might be, because it's got the new little black thing on it, not the,
Yes, it does. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a new meter as of 2 years ago.
The meter is new and the dot is new also, yes.
Right.
okay, well, I can go over there, I can go over in the morning and drop down in the pit. I mean, it's right there off the street, isn't it?
Yeah, but what's the, then my dishwasher's not going.
Well, I can look at it and see anyway, or.
We
if
can
you drive
change-
home, I can knock on the
No.
door and tell her I'm gonna kill the
No.
water.
No.
Well, is she home in the morning?
No.
Okay. Well, because after 5 puts us in a spot where you're unable to and you're unable to. So we're just gonna have to find a time that works.
Any day of the week, either one of you? Any day
Yeah,
this
every day
week?
after 5.
Any day after 5, Saturday? After 5,
Saturday, whenever you want to come over,
or after 5?
call me.
Okay, we we'll make sure you're called before we do it.
Thank you. Okay, we'll have that, we'll line up from there and see what we put together, I appreciate it. Item 11, Finance Officer.
It's me. Okay, monthly financials will be done next meeting for February. Department updates. So first I have the volunteer of the year. I don't know how you guys do that exactly.
So,
That's over.
there's a form that, kind of a form, but also, we usually advertise it in the newsletter, Joan does. And any citizen can put in a request or that whoever they think should be citizen of the year. And we generally give that about a month or 2 months.
No,
A month
you know,
for letters to come in. And then we'll review them and make a decision, so.
Okay.
It'll need to go in, I don't know, March's newsletter shouldn't be quite done yet, so maybe Joan, if you contact her first thing in the morning, she can get it, make sure it's in the
Well,
newsletter.
she sent me it, so I'm sure it's gonna
She
be in the
sent it.
newsletter.
Okay.
I just wanted to see what I need to do.
Yeah, about a month.
and that was in our FYIs.
Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff there.
Over here?
Yeah.
Over here, that I haven't looked at yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
right there.
Yep, got it.
Then the next one is the South Dakota, Paint South Dakota 2023 campaign. I know Jill said something that last year church kind of
Yeah.
did all the
Mhm.
work for that. So do I need to tell them about
Yeah.
it or
And that was on what, I'm sorry?
Paint your house.
the paint your house?
The
Right,
church did
the
that.
other one of our FYIs.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then we post it just the same as you would volunteer of the year. If there's any interest of anybody for that.
Would also go in the newsletter?
And I'm thinking Joan may probably put volunteer of the year and painter, South Dakota.
I'll double check on that with her.
Very good.
Next one, I just got an email from Rick Sacker at SDDOT. He just gave some answers from our meeting on February 13th. What they've been doing and what they're planning to do.
It's unfortunate that they don't feel they
Should
can
be an
let any of that.
FYI too. This one.
Mm-hmm. I already had it.
And you did get the application that we can fill out for the right of way for the welcome to Hermosa?
Yes, I do have the application. But I need more information where and what sign's gonna be
As we
there.
get closer, we'll decide that. We'll have to have, well, a group of us will go back out and look at it and decide from there and where and when and why.
Yeah, so I can't really fill it until we know exactly what we wanna do there.
Yep.
Um, Also got in the mail, the equalization
Equalization?
process. Yeah,
Oh, that's in March,
in
Yeah.
March,
and we
yeah.
have to have a meeting with them.
Yes,
And-
on March
Yeah.
20th. So that's
For
gonna
the-
connect.
See, this one though is for Pennington County,
Pennington County.
Yeah, and there's
so that one will only pertain to
One.
Bone Coyote,
Yeah,
yeah.
which nothing has happened yet, so.
so that's,
Is there gonna come separate from Custer County too?
Correct.
Um,
And then just your municipal district meeting.
Yes. Well, first, the Edward Jones Bank, that, this money got transferred, $19,260.45. They sent us a check and I transferred it in the program to general funds.
Excellent.
And District 9 annual meeting, I just need the confirmation of
And what date
the
again?
number.
29th,
29th.
5 o'clock in Hot Springs.
March 29th.
And when do they need a head count for sure? Did they say?
By the
Right.
15th.
I'm sure I'll go.
Well, we can always get the refund if someone can't make it, so maybe I should just, because it's $25 per attend person. I just need to fill out the form and confirm.
by the 15th of this month?
20, but the meeting is on the 29th of March.
Yeah.
Which is a Wednesday night, Terry. Is that a possibility for you?
You'd
Can you
enjoy it.
make it happen? You would enjoy
I
it.
went to the last one,
That's why,
at New Underwood, remember?
Ah, yes.
well, that was the one where I made sure Mary Jo cooked steaks. Otherwise, we weren't coming.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
prime rib on the menu. I
Is
think
it?
I saw it.
Oh, well, I'm going.
Count me in.
But it's a great information for all
It
the
is,
areas, all
yeah.
the other municipalities. It's just a good informational meeting.
So should it be board members, me and Joe? Or
Yep,
6?
yep,
Well, there's Vicky over there too.
I can call her tomorrow
Yeah.
maybe and see.
yep. Make sure she's
See if
okay
she
with
is
it.
interested in going. Oh, well, maybe
Excellent.
Mitch will be down there at Keystone.
Right.
Are you going to represent us this year at the District 9 meeting, or are you going
Gonna
to
sit
do
with
Keystone? We need to have a little swap here every year. We want a little faithfulness on our side.
I think
Who you sitting with
last
this
year
year?
was Keystone, right?
Yeah.
Yep,
So this year will be you guys.
All right.
So then put Mitch down on this side.
we appreciate that. So good.
When is it?
29th of this, of
Of
March.
And where is it at?
Hot Springs.
Oh, that's a long ride.
So anything else further on your end?
That's all I have on finance office.
Okay, so we can remove the Edward Jones
Yes.
off the agenda. Motion to do so, please.
Sure.
Kramer makes that motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
By Schumacher. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Appreciate that. Item 12 is old business, and let it be known that Mitch did arrive, and we appreciate that at 5:43. We said we were gonna go into executive session at 6, Mitch,
Okay.
so we'll go through them as much of the agenda as we can. Make it a shorter night.
Sure.
A is the annexation of Gumbo Lily Fairgrounds McDermott. We've already discussed that. That's a pending. Town sign, we just discussed that. That'll be something that we'll get together and go up and look at. Now we have a DOT answer. C is pending. D is pending, and E, Hermosa Connects. And we actually have a representative here tonight, which we appreciate that.
Very good. Well, I apologize. We had our wires crossed for the last meeting. That will not happen again if I have anything to do with it. I'm just going to briefly give you where we're at this point and let you know that in the future, I will at least myself attend the first meeting of the board every month.
Good.
If we have anything to report after our meeting, which occurs second Tuesday of each month, I will come to the second meeting. Otherwise, I will send something that can be put into the minutes based on that. Otherwise, we'll try and have somebody here every time to update you on that.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I do appreciate your patience with us as far as
Well,
that.
and I apologize, I was going to make the last meeting, and of course, snow removal took a precedence again on me.
It's weak, but we'll let you get by with it.
But it was great that Monica came
Yes.
over and represented the community and learned a little bit more of what some of the public are and to get a feel of it. And I appreciate her representing us and coming over. So I thank you for that.
Very good. And we appreciate having her as well. And then Vicki was also there. What I'm going to give Monica for filing in their official record is our official organizational meeting minutes that has the officers and everything else. I will just go briefly through this. That meeting was held on February 2nd, and the incorporators got together on January 27th, and everything has been filed and accepted by the South Dakota Secretary of State as of January 31st. Do not read any more into this than possible, but the president is Rick Mills, vice president Dan Martin, and secretary and treasurer Valina Baker. So those are the folks that you throw rocks at if you have a question. If you have a question with the organization, there are 5 on our board. The other 2 are Bob Knapp and Leo Van Sambie.
Nice.
So that's a nice wide cross section. So now Van Sambie moved, Martin seconded, naming Black Hills Federal Credit Union as our depository of the corporate funds. We've already taken in $1,000, and we have commitments for another $4,000 when
Nice.
those checks come in. So that'll be good seed money.
Good.
Now that's already taken care of. That account's been set up and everything else. So I'm going to give you a copy of our EIN number and everything else, so that if anything comes up, you'll have all of that information. And if any other paperwork is needed, you'll just need to let me know, and I will get you anything you need, and run any questions through me, and I'll be the forefront on this.
Good.
So
We appreciate that.
yeah, so I will give you these, and like I said, this is the organizational minutes, and then the IRS letter, so everything's formal and
Yeah.
semi-appropriate. So
Great, thank you.
any questions I can answer for you right now?
No, I think you're moving forward in a good direction. It'll be fun to see where and what your energies are going to be put forth to now that you have your organization set up, and involvements that possibly we can be involved with you. And
Well, that is the intent, that we all work together on this, because Lord knows in the next 10 years or so, we're going to have enough challenges around here that
Yep.
if the merchants can get together and do some things and some other folks come to us, there's no reason we can't all work together on this and hopefully
Yep,
grease the skids, as it were.
yep, good organization. Appreciate that.
Next meeting?
Next meeting will be on March 13th, I believe. Let me just double check. It'll be the next Tuesday.
14th.
14th, excuse me. March 14th, 8:30 at the Hermosa Coffee House.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I stopped in there the other morning and talked to Dan and invited him to come, and or anyone who wants to from that, to come up to our workstations as well. They may have some stuff to be able to throw out with us there too.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Appreciate the invite to that.
Thank you. Anything further, Rick?
I do not believe so. Like I said, any questions at any time, I wouldn't say day or night, but you know how that goes. Just let me know.
We appreciate it. Okay, sir. And that will be a standing agenda item from now on, so we appreciate that.
And I appreciate that.
Thank you. Item 13, new business. We have the South Dakota PFAS Cost Recovery Program. Did you ever learn any more on that, Mitch?
No, other than we just need to sign the retainer agreement, submit it, which we did, right?
We did, they're just not getting back to me.
Okay.
Good. So that's something that we'll enact, and then once we do that, then we can bring more information back to the board that that has been satisfied, so. Traffic control devices grant application,
It's ordered, applied for the grants, got the confirmation that he received it, and the signs are on the way already.
which is nice. And when we had that discussion with DOT, what these are gonna be is applied on 40. They're digital speed signs, and they'll be put up by the school and down by Pops, is what we had talked about, to try to slow traffic down, make them more aware of on 40. And in that circumstance, then, we're going to look at where we can be as far as monies on that. I know we had at one time talked about bed, board, booze money, but we don't know until we looked into the specifications, and we thought maybe if it was a possibility, but it isn't.
Well, hopefully we get 2 grants for it, so
Yep.
we won't really need much of the town's money.
Yep,
And I don't think we can use the bedboard and booze for it, so.
No.
it's so vague on a lot of their language, and they don't leave a lot of understanding and clarifications. They can harm businesses as far as us utilizing it specifically for a specific business, which is a horrible deal. And it's more to promote the town itself, and town sign, welcome to Hermosa, them types of circumstances.
Yeah.
But they really are putting more limitations on it than what's harmful, you know, for the health, safety, welfare of the community, so.
I
yes,
keep
sir.
gathering.
Is there anything specific in the language about a safety application to it?
That's what we were hoping,
Yeah, okay.
and it does not allow us to apply, and that's
If
what.
it's not there, then you're probably out of luck.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why we were
Yeah,
hoping
exactly,
maybe,
yeah.
like I say, health, safety, welfare, that you could have an application, but we found out differently, so,
Yeah.
And I
Thank you
was-
for the clarification.
yeah.
And I'm also asking other finance officers what they're using for, what
Oh,
those
very
money
good.
for, so
Yeah.
I can get more examples of what we can use it for, so.
Good job.
Well, and my appreciation is that we have somebody that personally hears what is said, and at the last meeting, everything was misconstrued, that we said we were going to spend the money for that, and then it's like, absolutely not. We suggested that if there's language that presents itself that we can use that money, fine. If not, then we will find and hope the grants that we're applying for will apply to it. And of course, everything got stretched from there on different circumstances that we said we were going to use that money, and that wasn't the situation at all. So it's always nice to have personal representation of people that can hear it hands-on, exactly what has taken place and not misconstrued. So we appreciate that. And we'll appreciate anything else you find from other finance officers. And the more information we can print out and the more we can gather on it, I think will be just so much more helpful all the way around. They're just very limited on what they want you to find out about a lot of it, so.
Yeah, there's very little information on it, it's just, I'm gonna try to find out what others do it,
Yeah,
so.
I think it'll be very helpful. Excellent, so we'll look forward to that portion of it. The bridge and re-inspection program resolution, what that is that we need to look at an engineer that we can appoint to do our bridge inspections, which we have one, which is a box culvert that is brand new. We don't know at this point what them costs are. You have had a list of who we had, and I believe there was only 2, Sperling and KLJ, that I believe are local. I think the rest, I believe, were out of town. So out of them 2, what I'd like to do is have Monica contact them, ask them for proposals, please, to do our bridge inspection.
Which ones?
KLJ and Sperling.
I don't see Spirlick on there.
I don't
Oh, they're not, is it Renner?
I
I
don't
guess
see
I didn't
Renner.
pull my form back out when I looked at it last.
I
I
didn't
had it.
see.
Spurlick split up years ago.
Pardon?
Renner and Spurlick split up years ago.
Right, but they each have their own
Yeah.
separate
Yeah, I don't
entities
see
still.
Renner on there either, Dan. Is any of these others in Rapid?
Banner,
Banner?
I'm
Banner.
sorry.
Okay.
So KLJ and Banner.
So just ask for like quotes, what would be to
And you
inspect?
may send this list to ACES and ask her if she knows of any of the others that we're thinking of them too. If there's any others that she would feel comfortable that may be able to be used for that inspection, that would probably be helpful too.
Okay,
Then at that time, once we come back with that information, then we can make a motion to accept who we are.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't wanna have to be paying the mobilization fee for just us, so.
Item D is the annual South Dakota verification of South Dakota DOT street layer data. And pretty much, there's not a lot to apply to us on any of that.
there are no changes?
It's all the same. They want to know if there was anything else that we had for any other streets or anything that's changed, and we haven't. So we just wanted everybody to be aware of that, and that we send it back. Motion to let Monica send it back and that there are no changes.
Yep.
Kramer does it, Schumacher seconds.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Boundary updates for the US Census Bureau, of course, that's over, but there are areas on that have been changed that they did not have a reflection in ours on, as Monica was reviewing that. And so there's changes that need to be done on that map.
Yes, and they need to be done by engineer to make sure we send all the correct information to update the boundaries of the
So we need to ask ACES to give us a quote on that also, because Lone Coyote isn't on there. You know, there's items that need to be addressed. You can see the old map versus where the new map is,
And we'll probably need to redo the maps that.
Oh, yeah.
and redo also. So if we can get a quote on both, would be appreciated. And that'll cover that up, and then we can look that back. Item F is a review of the letter to the school board. And then we also wanted Mitch to review that before we send it out.
It's the
Under new
very last
business,
page on
and
the
that'll be in
packet.
your packet, Mitch. It's a letter we composed. We went to the last school board meeting, talked to them about the drainage circumstance down there. And in that, they wanted us to put in writing what our concerns were with the drainage, and so we compiled the letter. It's the very last page in your packet. And so once you review it, if you think it sounds appropriate, we'll send that off to them and where our concerns are, and maybe try to work together on a proposal on that.
Okay.
So you get a chance to read it here. We can decide on it yet tonight if that's okay, or.
Oh, okay.
Little
And I'll-
pressure, not
I'll
much.
give you a
just little.
chance to where I'll come back, and we have a few minutes. I'll go to item 14, items for citizens. This is no action will be taken, 3-minute time limit. Meetings of the Board of Trustees are open to the public. The audience may be allowed to comment on specific agenda items during the time allotted on the agenda for those items, according to established procedures of the board. This is a time for the members of the public to express concerns or discuss issues having relevance to the town. Anyone wishing to address the town board during this time shall be asked to identify themselves. The number of presentations and time allotted to this discretion may recognize patrons and other times during the board meetings. No action will be taken by the board on any issue related without being first placed on a future agenda by the board to allow proper notice. Any items from the citizens? Yes, ma'am.
Connie Limer, I wanted to ask it when it was back on the sidewalk project, but, and I'm not saying that nobody's not busy enough, but who's in charge of clearing sidewalks? Like, we don't have enough of them anyway, but the streets are slop. I walk 1.5 miles every day, and I have to get from there up to here to walk, because 2nd Street's full of snow, 5th Street, those sidewalks aren't cleared. There's no, other than in the middle of the street on 2nd Street is really the only place to walk to get up to here to walk.
And there really isn't any sidewalks.
2nd Street's got a sidewalk that goes pretty much all the way down. 5th Street's got one, then I can catch the one at the school and come up, but those are completely full of snow, both of them.
Yeah, I guess we've never addressed the issues on that because our main sidewalk out here is the one we've addressed, and then we've allowed 5th Street to be cleared. So, other than that, we've never ever had any other, because the despair that some of the sidewalks are in on 2nd Street that haven't been replaced, so. Yes, sir.
Aren't we responsible for the frontage on any properties we have? And so my place was full, I didn't get it cleaned off. So I'm one of the
Not
guilty
just
ones.
yours, I mean, it's all the way
But I'm one of the
down.
guilty ones that didn't get it done, so we'll have to work on
Or
it
there's
better.
vehicles parked on them, so you'd have to go out in the street anyway, because people have parked on the sidewalk, so.
Be good to get an informational form and fill it out on any of that, or an abatement form. And that way it can be addressed. We'd appreciate that.
Okay.
Anybody else? Okay, thank you. With that being said, we are now at 6:02. I would like to go into executive session. May I have a motion to do so?
To discuss legal matters in
Correct.
contract negotiations.
I stated that in the beginning also of the SDCL 125 2.1 for legal.
I'll make that motion.
Kramer makes that motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Schumacher, and we'll take a quick 5-minute while everybody is moving. And
Executive session at 6:07.
have a motion at 6:07 to come out of
I'll
executive
second.
session, second by Schumacher. Tape is on.
Yes.
Okay, with that being said, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you.
Everybody left?
I don't know, there's about 5, 6 people, there wasn't that many here. Okay, I had initially drafted a letter, but I never sent it. I think it's in this packet, but I guess the issues, are we having an executive session?
Yeah, we are.
We're
We're
out.
gonna go.
Yep.
From my standpoint, that the informational permit that Ms. Somerville submitted attached see if I can find it. This drawing, I don't know if that's in your packet.
I'm looking at it.
Okay. And what ended up happening was that it wasn't placed there. So we'd like to address that. I also am aware that these cement pillars, what do they call those?
Pylons.
What?
Pylons.
Caissons have been put in the ground. And so, and I read your case, so I take notice of that, and so I'm wondering, is there an extraordinary cost here with regard to the caissons? And is there some of the could we get this double wide put into so it's parallel with the north, east, and west? Because right now it's parallel with the southbound, so it's kind of in there cockeyed. I guess I haven't seen it myself, but that's what I understand, is it's in there kind of cockeyed. And so, did Custer ever address this?
The meeting got canceled
Oh,
because
he
of the
did?
blizzard.
Okay,
And we
so they
never-
haven't yet.
We haven't been back to the commissioners yet to
And so,
bring them aware of it.
the survey that
They've
you
been brought
want,
aware.
the survey showed that the building, as it's currently sitting, is only 8 inches into the right of way, or into
Easement.
the utility easement.
I'm showing 7 inches, is that correct? On the,
0.7 is 8.4 inches.
Oh, okay.
It's a 0.7.
It's intense.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what it means, so doing the math, it's
Yep.
8.4 inches, so. So I guess from my standpoint, and the boards, I think we were trying to figure out if there was some way we could get the structure in there so it's not cockeyed and so it conforms to the plat design that was given to us. And if, maybe you can explain why it isn't, that would be helpful, if there's some reasons for that.
Well, I think I'd refer you back to my letter. The issues that my client informs me of is that there's 3 issues. There's water hookup issues. There's
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
It could have been moved easily.
The water could have been moved?
Yes.
Okay.
my client's contractors tell me that the water hookup was existing there and the hookup was readily available to the trailer in that present location.
Seeing our public works gentleman, Mr. Ferguson, has moved it 3 different times on that property for each structure that was put on the property, so. And the last time, I think he said it was moved 60 foot.
Yep.
So it could have been put anywhere that was needed to be on that.
And so I guess my client would be asking for a variance from this board to match the house as it sits now.
The hard part is getting it out of our easement.
With a variance.
I don't know if you can you'd have to actually have a different legal description. It's not I think they already ignored the setback requirement.
Waived it.
The variance more goes to the use of the property. And maybe we're talking about, it's just semantics maybe. It's not really a variance from a use of the property. It's currently sitting 8 inches in the right of way, and I understand the case you gave me. So I need to understand what the cost would be, because it would seem to me a lot of these caissons could still be used, because they're all in the same, all that drawing, it was attached to the information, oh, right here, this. Are you saying that none of these caissons could be used?
Well,
If we moved it?
if I may, Mitch.
Sure.
The circumstance would be that if we were going to allow it to be in compliance to get it out of the easement, to move that 8.4 inches, if we waived the ability for it to set in its present place, not line it back up with the plat, it could be moved back on the present caissons, the 8.4 inches, and still utilize them and not be in the easement then. So that way you would not have to change it, you wouldn't have to turn it. All you'd have to do is move it back 8 inches, there's enough room on all of them to do that, and leave it right where it's at, but you'd only have to move it that 8 inches.
Okay.
So that would be an easier scenario, because if you try to pick that up and move it, then you've got to drill more pylons, you've got to have the circumstance where it's going to be a hardship. Yes, sir.
Is there an open area between the two halves of the trailer? Like between the living room and kitchen and stuff, is there a big open area? I didn't see the plot.
You wanna see where the caissons are?
Yeah.
Here, yeah.
The reason I'm asking that is, the only thing that might be would be the two caissons that are set
Oh, I see
for,
what you're saying.
and I can't think of the right word, so,
Folding.
no, there isn't, so. Some trailers, if you've got a big void in the middle, you have to have additional caissons put to, like these two here. They have to be specifically in the right place to carry the weight.
So if what I'm hearing from the board is we're just talking about them just moving it the 8 inches,
8.4.
and then the problem's solved.
Well, and yet we still have
And
the
then
other
there's some other,
conditions.
there's just a few things like some gravel, right?
Coverage,
What?
foot, there's about a foot of coverage missing from,
Yeah.
The sewer line.
I just have a note here, I think they were items A, B, C, and A, B, and C. I don't know about the cost of this, but the drainage from the lot has to go, it goes to the east, so it does not affect the neighboring lot on the north and south side.
Was that originally contemplated on the original permit? That
The,
requirement?
as far as the
The gravel?
staff report we had from the
Or the
engineer,
drainage?
that all drainage was set where it would not affect the neighbors, that drainage was appropriate. So that was in the engineer's staff report that was presented for that.
Have you seen that
No.
staff report? It's ACES, it should be.
It's in your packet.
Should be attached.
Okay.
Leah Berg did it.
Okay. Is it, what is it? Is it a study that shows, I guess I could read.
It's not a study, all it is just a staff recommendation of the approval of the permit.
So does the board have like specific knowledge that this property's casting water on a neighbor?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Has the board provided the evidence to my client?
We just ask that the client be respectful to the neighbors and make sure the drainage isn't going on to their properties.
Okay, and did the board have a specific way that they wanted this implemented?
It can all be drained to the east, as long as it's, provided, built that way. Or the drain spouts are going that way.
Do we
Right
know
now,
how-
it
do we
is
know how it's
going
draining now?
to the
I
north.
mean, have we
It's,
seen something?
yes, it's draining to the north
Okay.
onto the property, to the, that would be north, the north.
Didn't we have was that the neighbor that was?
Yes.
That has the
They have
West,
a,
west?
Warner.
Warner.
And for the most part, on the drainage of the property, if they do gutters on it and they drain everything to the south, they will avoid 90% of all the problems. The rest of the dirt work on the property is easily done because everything wants to flow east now in the back, and what is gonna be out in the front is gonna flow to the west, to the right of way. So it's easily done in the landscaping to allow all that dirt to happen and all the landscaping, once the skirting is done, to do that drainage. And the big thing is the gutters to be in an appropriate place to where they will allow that water to drain. So it's all a simple solution, and it's all gotta be done here now. And in the staff report, it basically says appropriate drainage must be maintained on the site. Sediment and erosion control measures must function and are a responsibility of the contractor to ensure there is no erosion and sediment transfer. Disturbances are to be stabilized in 30 days. Contractor's license, all construction must meet applicable code requirements as well as town ordinance. Fees are paid prior to issuing. And then inspections, which we did on the pylons. And so, you know, that portion of it is all listed in that accuracy.
So is it my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, that the board would be happy if the gutters just drain to the south of the house?
That they basically, yes, the downspouts are put on the southern end of it.
Okay.
Or if they're gonna have them on both ends, is, cause it's a large unit, that they may want them to crown, that the downspouts will drain to where they won't drain on the neighbors to the north. Of course, Wyona's over there, everything is built up now where you're gonna go south, or excuse me, west and east anyway, because of the driveway and the way it's all designed. So, and once that dirt work is done, then that'll be an appropriate circumstance on that side.
Okay, so I think we got the board's position on the gutter issue. So the other one was the gravel, right?
To build the coverage back over our easement that was taken away.
Has
And which
the
you're gonna
recent
have to
inspection
put-
been done on that?
Pardon?
Has a recent inspection been done on that? Because I believe that issue's been taken care of.
I haven't been down lately to see if it just has happened then.
It's been done since November.
No.
It's way down.
Who did that?
You're shaking your heads, I'm sorry. Did you guys all look at it?
Yes.
We've been down there.
Oh,
So,
Lord.
what is the issue specifically?
There
It
was
needs to be
another
between 8 to 12
Roughly,
inches
it
of
was
gravel.
mounded up as a foot of coverage on
This
the,
is the original height, that's where it's at, you see the dot.
I guess, is that supposed to be higher here than this?
This is higher, and this is where it's been cut out.
Is
And
this,
you see the time and date when the picture was taken.
is this like an ordinance that needs to happen?
This is it, we're talking about our easement area.
Okay.
And the coverage on that sewer has to be high enough to not freeze. That's why it was that high in the first place. We can't have, I mean, it just has to be covered properly. Or you're messing up if it freezes, because it's not properly covered, then the whole town, you're going to have, 400 citizens.
please wait.
That's part of this.
You want me to wait?
No,
Oh.
I was asking Mr. Simpson
It's
to wait.
part of
Keep
this.
I was just.
Right, but
Well, hold on just a second. Hold on just a second.
I want the trustee to finish and then I'll come
I'm
back.
pretty much done.
All I was doing is so he could put his arm down and not hold it up until you were done. So please continue.
Go ahead.
I'm all right. I pretty much said,
Okay, so let me just ask a question. This is about the depth of the sewer, right?
this is about the coverage above the sewer. The sewer has not been moved. It's the same as it was, 10 years ago, as it was the day she bought the property, as it is now. That the sewer underneath the ground, that pipe has not been moved. It has to have the coverage that it was on there before for safety purposes for the entire town, for freezing.
Has the town given my client like the depth from the top of the ground to where the sewer pipe is?
We have in the paperwork said it's missing, was it 8 or 12 inches of coverage
And what's that based on?
than from the original.
And so, do you know the actual depth from the top
We have
of the
photos,
sewer to top of the ground.
We have photos and we have, I mean, the
I think
original.
what he's asking is right now, how deep is the sewer line under the current, where, right now, with the coverage that it has?
What is it, 4 feet?
I don't think it's a full 4 feet.
No,
No.
I believe
Not
it's
even close
closer to
3,
2
I
foot.
think, yeah.
Ergo, we need to add another foot of gravel to cover the pipe sewer line from,
Yeah,
so
'cause that's
in
lower.
the winter
It's
time,
going
it
right
doesn't.
into the-
Okay, are
And
we
to
basing
me-
that on like a measurement, or are we just basing that on?
We're,
From what it was presently, from the easement where it presently is now, on the dirt that was presently there to where it came across the property prior.
Is it fair though that we kind of just are basing this on eyeballing it?
Well, I don't know that you'd say we need to go out and survey the back of the property to the front of the property of what the height of the back of the property is. We can reestablish that if we want to establish more costs. But we were thinking, you know, it looks to me like the driveway needs to have another 6 inches of gravel minimum put back on it from what has happened in the move-in. Well, if you get that 6 to 8 inches of cover of gravel, so you've got a good enough cover for the driveway, because it's pretty much mud, takes care of that problem. Then we're done with the cover. And that's where her driveway is gonna be over that easement anyway, so.
Who moved it? Who moved the gravel?
I believe Mr. Simpson did all the dirt work on it, so before the stump was, a tree cut down and stump down.
Oh, okay.
You had a question?
Yeah, so you just established what I was getting at. Since I was the one that did the work and the picture that got taken was the original driveway that was in there. And there had been dirt moved by myself twice for Mr. Negbauer around the original house that was there when she bought it. There was no dirt taking off of the driveway, it was the gravel that was taking off the driveway that got mixed into the dirt that was around Mr. Negbauer's house that got leveled off. There's an additional 6 to 8 inches of gravel on that driveway right now. There's 45 tons of gravel sitting on that driveway. That was not cut out. It was just stripped of the gravel that was on there so that it was dirt so something would grow along her driveway. It's not, the damn sewer line is not legal in the first place.
Well, I don't think we need to get into that, but
Yeah,
what I need
was gonna say
to, what I need is just evidence that my client has removed, I guess we're talking a lot, and where that sewer line sits, because I think we're estimating, we're guesstimating here on whether we're out of compliance with something. I don't know. I mean, I guess in a matter of goodwill, I can talk to my client and ask her if she wants to add gravel for goodwill to the board. I can ask
That'd
her
be
that.
fine. I think that would be a workable deal, because the main things we had is that if we work out the rest of the items where we originally said that it should be following the original permit and lined up with the north line, that if the board agrees to allow it to be moved 8 inches, we've solved that problem. If we go in to make sure the drainage is not put onto the neighbors of the north or south side for landscaping, we'll handle that. That's an easy circumstance. If we, the big issue is that we had a survey done to make sure and see where we were at on that location. We would like to be reimbursed for that survey. If we allow goodwill
Well,
on the
let's talk about
gravel.
the survey then.
Pardon?
Let's talk about the survey. So,
Okay.
why does the town want reimbursed on a survey cost?
That was the only accurate way to make sure that we were where we were at in the location of the easement.
we wouldn't have had to have done the survey if the trailer would have been put in the way the building permit shows.
Did you know where your survey or where your sewer line was? Isn't it the board's responsibility to know where your sewer lines are?
Yes.
Where our easement was,
Yeah,
correct.
and so you had to spend money for a survey to find that sewer line.
Because we wanted to give you the proper information, whether it was 8 inches, 12 inches, 2 feet, or 2 inches.
And with the house not being true to the permit and not setting square with what the lot was going to be, or the house was gonna be set with the lot in the very beginning, is what threw all the bells and whistles out.
Well, I can ask my client regarding that cost, but this is a cost that the board incurred to gather facts for the board.
So,
This isn't a benefit.
Because somebody went over there and eyeballed it and said, that's in our easement. And I said, I want proof it's in the easement. Okay. So the direction was given to our engineer because I said, I want the survey so I can tell Cole Roney and his client that what you're telling me from eyeballing it is in fact true. I want a survey. And so that's why the survey was done. It was strictly done because we believed it was in the right of way, in the easement, I keep saying right of way, in the utility easement, and in fact it turned out to be in exactly where it is in there. We gotta.
And that's assuming this is a correct survey.
Understood. You always can get another one, I
Yes.
suppose.
Well,
But they're
that's-
cheap. They're not cheap.
They're not cheap.
So,
They're not cheap, but I think that, just so the board knows, I mean, this might be give and take. I mean, if, I can ask my client, and we'll discuss it in good faith, but, if you want, it seems more like a fact-finding mission for the board to discover where their sewer line easement is.
A fact-finding mission that we would not have had to have done if your client would have put the trailer in the way the building permit permitted it.
Assuming this is correct.
It is correct.
well, the
But
drawing
assuming-
is, the plat,
Assuming the plat is
the
correct.
plat drawing she gave us way back when, and I showed that to you. It was a drawing she gave us. And can't seem to find mine, but it was parallel, the location was parallel with the east, west, and north lot lines. Just the way the old building was.
Are you talking about this drawing here?
I think so.
them are the old.
Mine is the black and white, which I don't know what color it is. Because right now, it was put in, and it's parallel with the south lot line, which wasn't what was represented in the informational permit. Yeah, this one right here, this color picture right here. Miss Somerville, that's her drawing. That's what was submitted. And this is how the old one looked too. It's perpendicular or parallel with the north, east, and west lot lines.
Well, let's talk about this
And
then.
now it's only parallel with the south lot line.
So the board is basing its decision on where the house should sit under the permit based upon this drawing. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Based upon also the easement.
And that it wouldn't go into the easement, of course.
And we also allowed a waiver of the setbacks so that that could be accomplished.
Okay.
Because she could not have met the setbacks otherwise.
Right.
So is this green box on my exhibit, is there measurements around this?
That's
Green
what she
box?
gave us, right? That's what Ms. Somerville submitted.
Okay. Is there, I don't see any measurements around this green box.
I don't see there's one down here, 33 foot, I think it says, and then you've got 10 foot here. 10 foot here, 33 foot here.
There shouldn't be measurement.
So
33
I guess would it be fair to say that a house could sit anywhere within this green box? Its orientation doesn't necessarily matter inside that green box.
Well, what was the purpose of doing this?
Well, it looks to me it's not a survey and it's not
But
a
it was-
plat.
But this was submitted with the application.
I would have to ask my client
Okay.
what the purpose is.
And you can, but that's what this is about.
I think my point to be made though is it's not an exact drawing.
No,
No, but it's the drawing that was given to the city that said that you would be 10 feet here and 33 feet here, and that you would be not on our easement. And here again, the issue is you are on, that home is on our easement by 8.4 inches. It cannot be.
Well, let's talk about that then. What's the board's intention regarding this alleged intrusion into this easement?
Well, we're trying to settle that with you.
Right, this is why
That's
we're here.
I'm not gonna make any, you know, I don't wanna say we're gonna.
Well,
we're gonna
are
do
there
this,
fines
we're
that
gonna
are
do
against my client right now?
that. No, we would have to ask that she just come into compliance, and you and I both know how that's done,
Okay.
so.
So there's no fines, there's a stop work order in place, correct?
Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm not gonna, I haven't even consulted with them on whether to impose a fine. Okay? I guess all remedies are available, but we're here tonight to try to settle the case, no matter with you.
Okay, is there a stop work order in place right now?
I believe so.
There was one issued, correct?
Because I have 2 stickers on the side of my client's building. Those weren't given to me, they were given to my client's, put on my client's building.
That's-
But those are enforced right now.
The first one we lifted because the gentleman was there doing the tape texturing from Watertown. We said, we don't want a hardship. Go ahead and finish your work. You're doing an interior work.
Interior.
If the building needs to be moved, we don't want to create a hardship for your client when she's got to move it, and then they've already skirted it, and then ends up where it's got to be moved, whether it's 8 inches or 5 feet, to bring it into compliance. We're trying to make it as simple and easy as we can in that compliance. We don't want to go into a compliance where with the easement, follow the north lot line of the 10 foot, and 33 foot is what was showed, and redo pylons and caissons and make it even more of a hardship. We're also trying to be good about this whole circumstance too. And it's unfortunate that it's in the easement at all. And whether it's 8 inches in the easement or 5 foot, it's in the easement.
It's an easement and it
So
can't
let me ask this, does Custer County have a say in this matter?
We will find that out at the next commissioners meeting if it is allowed to go that far.
Have I been provided a territorial
Well,
agreement?
we can
with-
give that to you.
Okay.
You know where that is?
The extraterritorial.
1 mile, extraterritorial jurisdiction agreement between Hermosa and the town of Hermosa. and Custer
We
I
can
think we
provide it
just
at
looked
a-
at it, but
She'll have to dig in the files to
Yeah.
find it. Monica's new, and so she probably, tomorrow when Jill's here, Jill will be able to go right to it.
Yeah.
And we can send that to you right away.
Well, I guess I need to know who has the final say here, because if we cut a deal here tonight with this board, does the town, does the Custer County still have to be brought in? Do they have final say? Do they have jurisdiction in this matter?
no.
No.
And what we will do is we will go to Custer County and let them know it's been resolved, and let them know our findings and the circumstances. With the extraterritorial agreement, that's the base that we work together on.
Well, I don't think that we can reach any agreement tonight until I've reviewed that territorial agreement. And I've had a chance to talk with my client, but it sounds like we've kind of at least reached an understanding in principle on a few things. You'd like that house moved off that easement 8 inches, 8 point whatever inches,
Correct?
and that's an absolute, you want that easement clear.
Yes.
You're not willing to negotiate anything the way it is. And you've had conversations regarding that. You've had ample time to discuss that.
That was in the motion of our special meeting, it's also in that packet.
That is a benefit actually to your client, also to move it. Because if something were to happen and we had to dig it up, and then that home is in that 8 inches that we actually need, can you imagine the expense of moving it then? This is It's way easier to do it right now than it is at any time in the future. And granted, it is an expense for your client, but it would be a far greater expense to your client if something happens and we have to get in there and that 8 inches is in our way at that time, 2 years from now or 5 years from now or whenever it is. Or whomever, if she sells that home, your client, it would be their expense. That is not fair to them. When we know the issue right now, we know it's an issue. It is on the easement. It would not be a good thing for anybody, except for maybe your client saving some money by not doing it now. It was the only person it would benefit now to not do it.
Mr. Irvin, you got a question?
Yeah, well, not really, but just a statement. This picture that they were all going by, that was a picture that, or the plot plan. Yeah, that's an old one. I'm not sure where the one is that, because that had to be revised after the variance was given to them. Because it wouldn't fit with the 10 foot. That's why they got the variance to go a foot from the fence. They had to go back further and, okay, well.
We waived the setback requirements.
Right, and so when we were discussing that, that's why, was to move it back off of there. That picture was from before even that. So there is one missing somewhere.
But the picture that they're using more is this one.
Right, but that's showing the 10 foot. And that's before the waiver was given. Once the waiver was given, then it should have been closer, but still straight across.
Correct.
Yeah, straight across. Parallel with the east, west, and north.
Correct.
Not the south.
Yeah.
That being said, I personally don't care about the home being parallel. I don't, that does not, I'm not that uniformed of a person, so to speak. The easement is what concerns me, totally, and what should concern everybody in the town, you know, in case of problems.
Okay, so there's a missing plat application document somewhere,
Of what?
or
The revised one after the waiver was given.
okay.
Do you know who did it though?
P and Z.
Neither here nor there with that waiver allowed them to be able to put the property where it is.
Right, but everybody keeps referring to needing that 10 foot, and that was waived in that whole plot, that changed the entire plot plan.
All we're using that for is the lineup.
Just a lineup.
It has nothing,
Make
No
sure-
variant.
Well, I guess I'd request that if it's ever found, because it might be relevant.
What's that?
I guess if that document was ever found, I'd request that, because it might be very relevant to.
What document are you referring to?
The Chuck that he just said it
No,
should
there
be
There was
updated.
nothing ever drawn up. If it
Oh.
would have been, it would have been by Summerbold.
There's nothing else.
Okay,
So, moving on to the next item, this gravel, 18 inches, foot or 18 inches,
18.
No,
18.
8 inches.
8 to 12 inches.
8 to 12 inches. Is that something the board is going to be pursuing?
There was a suggestion to put back over for fill. You know, something that we can work with. You know, like you said, if there's a goodwill offer, we would listen.
Okay. Survey costs. Is that something that the board is demanding payment and going to be invoicing my client for?
I believe that your client should pay that bill, yes, because we would not have had to have spent the citizens' money for that if that trailer would have been put in the place that we were told it was to be put in.
And wasn't in our easement. That's
And
the
it
big
wasn't
piece.
in our easement, exactly. Because by doing that, by not having her pay a bill that is created only by her, not by any other citizen in this town, you're asking us, or she's asking us, to charge every person, every home in this city, and every person to pay that bill. And why should they pay the bill when they didn't put the trailer in? This is citizen money. This is not private money. This is citizen money. And I'm not going to ask my citizens to pay that bill. I don't know about the rest of the board, but I'm not going to.
Are there any other issues?
No, I think, you know, pretty much what we said, that we're, instead of moving it and relining it up with the north lot line, which will be a huge expense, we're allowing it to just be moved at 8.4 inches. That'll be huge on that cost, to save on the cost portion of it. The drainage, the landscaping isn't done, and or gutters, that'll be a circumstance. It's a pretty simple fix. The survey, I'm in agreement, and I believe Schumacher is. And then the gravel, there's room to work on the gravel. You know, we'd like to see 8 inches. Bring a proposal back. You know, where you feel you'd be comfortable at on that aspect of it.
Okay. I think that the house is ready for water hookup right now, so if we can't reach an agreement or whatever happens, I think my client would like to request water hookup formally. Other than that, I guess we'll exchange some letters with Mr. Johnson, your attorney, if that's okay. I'd ask that the town refrain and its officers from contacting any of my client's contractors. There was a cease and desist letter served on the town. That's been violated by the town. I'd ask that communications come through Mr. Johnson or to me directly.
And the only reason I did that was so that if they did start skirting, that it wasn't a hardship to Somerville. That's the only reason I talked to that gentleman. And it was a great conversation.
Plus we have to post it, Cole. You know, sending you the no stop, no work, stop orders isn't gonna stop anybody.
Well, I think the stop work order posting is fine. If that's what ordinance requires here, that's fine.
I mean, I wasn't trying to ignore you or leave you out of the loop.
I don't think that in the least.
Okay.
I think that my contractors were pretty fired up about it though. My client's contractors. Other than that, I will await the, if I may have the territorial agreement with Custer County.
Sure.
I'd like to review that first.
Yep. Yep, we'd appreciate that.
All right. I have nothing further.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you asking for the water now, right now?
Well, of course, because if the water's hooked up right now, I think the town would be just,
The problem with that is if it has to be moved 8 inches, that could cause an issue.
I recognize that.
So until that is settled, I would say no water.
Once we have where we know where we're going in a good direction and stuff where it's secure, we only want the best too for where we're at on the level of it, so.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, appreciate you both coming. Okay, once Mitch comes back, I have a couple more questions for him.
Not on this.
No. No more on the Roy's Drive-In and on first right of refusal. And we'll have to sit down with them anyway and get an answer on that.
First right to refusal.
Yeah, for the land adjacent to native ours. But we'll get that kind of quiet.
Yep.
So that'll be the main thing is about roads.
Mitch, go outside.
He's in the back.
Then I'll cover the few FYIs that we haven't, if there's anything else.
What are you looking for? What is this stuff? Oh.
Okay, a couple items for you, Mitch.
As far as this letter goes, this is pretty technical stuff here. I'm not comfortable saying, yeah, let's mail this, because I don't
Okay.
know, was the engineer consulted on this, or public works director, or?
Public Works
Public
was.
Works.
So-
And basically what we assessed there is what also Public Works agreed with, and that's what we had camera and where we were at, the levels of where we were at, the testing that we were at. Everything in there was the involvement of I and Public Works.
Yeah. Because this sentences just kind of run on and on and on.
Okay.
And that's not usually how I write, so. you
Should we
know,
just have him write it?
Easier to have a paragraph with a key point and then say why, but I can't.
Let's just have
If
him.
you'd
I'd
like
make
to
a
read-
motion to let
Yeah.
Mitch rewrite
Let's
it.
rewrite it.
I mean, I can try, again, I don't know the technical stuff,
Do you want ACES to rewrite it?
aces,
Okay,
So. we can do
I'll make that motion.
that's for sure.
You have a
And
second.
then they can have me look at it when she's done.
Okay.
Excellent. So the motion will be to allow ACES to review, write, and then have Mitch review.
Right.
And then back
Okay,
to us.
since how I said first for him to, do we need to rebut that or
Never
Well, there was no
deny it?
second
There was
on
no
it.
second on it, okay, we're okay.
Motion failed.
Thank you.
Correct.
Just wanna make sure we're all right here, that's all, thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye, thank you.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Have you gotten with ACES on Roy's Driving?
Yes, and I did want to talk about that.
Good,
Does that need to be an executive session or,
I think so.
okay,
okay.
okay?
And then, I think other than that, that was my main item, then was in two items. So then we'll need to go into executive session then again,
Yes.
Okay, do we wanna
for
do,
legal,
that is the only thing left on our agenda other than trustee input?
correct?
Do we wanna do trustee input so the
No.
citizens can hear it too?
If you'd like, that's up to you guys, or if you wanna do it after.
Doesn't matter to me, it doesn't matter to the citizens. They
So-
don't care, so we're all right. Okay,
We'll do it
I'll
after.
make a motion to go into executive session at 6:51.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Schumacher, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you guys. I'll make a
Good.
motion to come out of executive session at 7:29.
I'll
Second
second.
by Schumacher, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
So, you think there's a? Oh,
We are
never
recording.
mind. Gotcha.
The first executive session, we did come out of that with no actions, and that we probably will just put it in the minutes that they requested that it be in a public hearing.
Right.
So I think that would be appropriate, and we thank them for that. This one, no motions are needed and no actions will be taken either. We appreciate the input and we'll deal with it from there. Trustee input, Schumacher,
Good meeting.
Kramer?
Make it short.
Good meeting.
We never have heard back from GenPro about generators for our office or wells or anything. They were gonna get an estimate. You might put a note together and have Joe fire an email off to GenPro to find out if they ever got that estimate put
I
together.
was talking with him, so I'll email him since I have back and forth already.
Thank you, Mitch.
You can turn, oh,
So I'd like to know about Genpro.
Will you remember to give him that agreement?
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, because we just did it a year ago, we just updated it.
right.
I'll find it.
We just did it.
Do we need a motion for that?
What's that?
To make sure that the attorney for Summerfield gets a copy of the extraterritorial agreement?
No, we just will provide that information.
Please provide that information, Monica. Thank you.
Okay, guys.
My other comment,
I have
thank you.
Thanks. Drive safe, Mitch.
When we met with Rich Socker from DOT, we appreciated all that he was doing. And he just sent us an email. I'd like to remind him also that we forgot that we appreciate him sweeping Highway 40 prior to our fair.
Yeah.
And that we would like to see if they can make sure the road ditches are mowed prior to the fair. We would really appreciate that, that helps also. And I had a long comment, but we have one of the trustees that isn't here that I wanted to acknowledge that too, as far as the unfortunate part of stirring the pot and not doing the social media and actually coming up and asking questions would be helpful, that we're here for that part of it, and that we're not here for a personal agenda, we're here for the community citizens and to answer any questions that need to be, and that, you know, our finance officer is as helpful as possible on everything that can be, as well as our office staff. So I really support that, and I'm very appreciative of that. So we want to make sure we keep that in good order and keep everything going from there. I think we had a very productive meeting, and I hope that we will be in good shape all the way through with all our members working together to make a positive outcome. We have a lot to accomplish.
We have a lot to accomplish. I'll ditto that one.
So I need a motion to adjourn at 7:33.
Made.
Kramer makes
Second.
that. Schumach seconds it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.